Hey you guys, it is me Laura with Scraps of Encouragement, and today for my quick tip I am going to show you what you need to get started with card making. I see these videos a lot and there are a lot of supplies listed, and many of them are things that you will for sure want along the way, but they're not what you need when you get started. So I'm going to show you the very basics that you need. I'm going to show you the basics you have to have, and then I'll show you a little bit more. Now this is assuming you want to do stamping. Obviously if you're not doing stamping on your card, you won't need the stamp and the ink, but I'm assuming that's what you're wanting to do. So to start with, you're going to need a good quality white cardstock. This is Whisper White. Whisper White comes in thick and regular. I like to use the regular for layering and the thick for card bases, but if you just can pick one, just pick the regular, because it'll work really well for whatever you need. And then you'll need a stamp set. I recommend only starting with 1 or 2 stamp sets. This was my first stamp set that I got, and it was a really good purchase. The reason why is it has sentiments in it that cover all my needs, or most of my needs, and then it's got images that I can do a whole lot with. So this one stamp set can be really, really versatile and be used again and again. So when you're buying a brand new stamp set, you want to make sure that you've got good sentiments, and you want to make sure that you have images that are flexible and that you can do a lot with. You'll also need a block. You can get stamps that are mounted on wood, but they're becoming harder and harder to get. So most stamps will be photopolymer, or they'll be rubber, and they will come like kind of like this, and then you'll take them, mount them on your block, stamp with them, and then clean them off and put them away. And this is nice because the storage is a lot less, but you want to look at the set that you get, and if you can just get one block, make sure that you have a block that will fit your largest stamp, and then you can use it for all the rest of them. So you need at least one block when you're starting. So the next thing that you're going to need for sure is a way to clean your stamps. This is a Simply Chamois. So with this one, you just wet it with water, and then you clean your stamp. You rub on your stamps to clean it off with. That's all you need. You can get stamp cleaners as well, but I recommend if you use a stamp, if you're not using like a chamois, make sure that the cloth that you use to clean your stamps is not one that's going to leave little bits of fabric behind, because that, especially on your photopolymer stamps, that can kind of mess them up a little bit. But you do want something to clean your stamps with. And then you're going to need ink. I recommend starting with a black ink pad and then 1 or 2 colors. So you can pick based on what you have in mind to do with your project. Now technically you could get this and that could be it, and you could start and be ready to go. But I also recommend a few other things if you're able to when you get started, and that is to add some colored cardstock. This will add good layers and give you lots of options with your card to let you expand a little bit more. And I recommend, again, starting with colors. You can get a variety pack to start with, or you can start with colors that go with the original card that you're making. And then you would need adhesives, and there's a couple kinds. I prefer liquid glue. You could use any kind of liquid glue. A lot of people prefer tape runners. This is a snail adhesive, and this you use it kind of like a whiteout tape, and it is a double-sided tape that sticks to your project, and it really is just a matter of preference what you like there. And then another adhesive that I would recommend, you don't need both of these, you just need one. And then these are dimensional adhesives. I don't know if you can see, they've got a little bit of thickness to them, and so these are double-sided little stickies, and so by using this you can add a little dimension to your projects. And then the last thing that, oh, of course, and some scissors. You're going to want some scissors so that you can cut your paper and cut anything that you'd be adding onto your project. And the last thing that I recommend, this is really something that you will want to have. You can just start with your scissors, and if you're trying to make a straight cut, use a ruler to mark that out and help you cut straight. But I strongly recommend a paper cutter, because that's going to make things really just so much nicer. So that is what I would recommend. Again, depends on your needs and what you're using, but go back through again. Paper cutter, adhesives, scissors, ink, stamps, a stamp block, something to clean your stamps with, and then cardstock, white cardstock and colored cardstock or some combination. But that is really all you need to get started making some really cute, really fantastic cards. And if you have any more questions or need help knowing what to do, because there's so much out there, it can be so overwhelming, I'm happy to help you. And I hope that that was helpful for you, and that maybe that can tear down some of the barriers that might be stopping you from getting into card making and making cards, because it's really such a wonderful hobby. It's so good and stress relieving to make the cards, and it is such a blessing to be able to encourage others through cards as well. So I hope that was helpful for you, and I hope that you find joy in creating as you share kindness and encouragement with your scraps of paper, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.